Hey everybody, Marcus here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, what I have for you today is certainly not a drone, right? What this is the Allwei 2400 portable power station, 2400 watt. Now, I hesitate to use the word portable because this is a heavy unit. So when we say portable, yeah, it can be, you can haul it in your truck or automobile or whatever, out camping or someplace, but it's not something that you're going to put on a backpack and go out tent camping out in the middle of the boondocks. It's just too heavy for that, but it is very powerful, and that's why this one, that's the key to this one. You can use it in your RV to power your RV. You don't want to fire up your generator, you can use this. It's also good for home replacement power. You have a power outage. Is it going to power your whole house? No, but what you can do is keep your refrigerator running, certain things running, keep your all of your computer, laptop charged, your cell phones charged, etc. You could even run your microwave or your coffee maker with it. That'll keep you going long enough till your power is restored and you're going again. So it's also can be used as a UPS, an uninterruptible power supply for your computer. A lot of people I know have some pretty high-end computers. They want to keep them running even if they lose power, home servers, etc. This thing can do that. I think what I just talked about there are some of the best use cases for this. And for one, I'm going to be happy to have this around the house when we have an occasional power outage, etc. In any case, let's get it out of the box and we can go over the specifications and talk about just exactly what this Allwei 2400 power station is. Okay, here it is out of the box. First things first, let's talk about what you get in the box. You get a user's manual and you get a app user manual too. Yes, this does have an app. Pretty much gives you the same information and controls that are on the unit itself, and you can use an app to do that if you wish. Then you've got some connectors. So these are to connect a solar panel or a solar panel array to charge the unit itself. Comes with an XT60 connector that connects on the side. We'll look at that later. Then also you get a car charger, standard cigarette lighter style car charger, and again with an XT60 connection. And I will show you that. That's on the side of the unit. We'll look at that in a minute. And then of course you get the 120 volt AC charge cable. I think this is going to be the fastest way to charge. And it's kind of an interesting looking port there that I've never seen before, but connection that is, but there is a port on the side that this hooks into. So let's talk a little bit about the specifications and about the battery itself. This is a 2400 watt power station, and it has a max output of 4800 watts for peak. In other words, just short-term performance, it'll go up to 4800. Now the battery itself is a lithium iron phosphate battery. That is really popular in these power stations, and I know there's some advantages to it. You chemical battery guys are going to have to tell me what that is, but anyway, lithium ferrite or lithium iron phosphate battery, and it is a 2048 watt-hour battery. Now let's quickly talk about the controls. You've got an on-off switch here. Wi-Fi button there. I assume that is to connect it to the app, I presume, and you would hook it into your Wi-Fi system, and that's how you would control it with the app. And then this button down here is a charge mode switch. In other words, when you're charging this, I don't know if any of you have had any experience charging these power stations up using 120 volts AC. They can get quite noisy while they're charging. Well, what this allows you to do, it has a fast, medium, and slow speed. So if you're not in any hurry to charge it up, you can put it in the slow speed. The fan is not going to be on so much, and it's not going to be so disruptive. But again, you have that choice, so you can push that button to do that. Then, of course, over here you got an LED light. We'll demonstrate that in a second. And you have to power on all of the outputs here. So you got a button to power it on. You have two USB-A Quick Charge 3.0 ports here. And I believe those are good for about 18 watts of output. And then you have two power detecting USB-C outputs. And this one is good for 100 watts, which is significant. That's really powerful. And for me, charging drone batteries, etc., or charging a laptop or something, that's the one that you're going to want to use. And by power detecting, what that means is it talks to your device, whatever it is you're trying to charge, and will charge at whatever the maximum that it allows. Now, this one isn't quite so powerful, and why there's one that's 100 and one that's 27, I don't know, but it's the same thing. It's power detecting USB-C, however, it will only go up to 27 watts. Then us old guys call these cigarette lighter ports, or automotive ports. Nobody puts a cigarette lighter in a car anymore, but it's an automotive style port there that you can use for charging, and it says that's a 12 amp max. And then it's got a couple of barrel connectors down here, and well, those say 12 amp as well. Then we move over to the AC power outputs, and you have three standard US style standard power plugs with ground. There's a ground port on the side, so you know, if you were out someplace and you wanted to ground it, you certainly could. And then these will effectively be a ground port. Now, this one over here, I got to tell you, I had no clue what that was until I started reading up on it. You recreational vehicle people are going to know exactly what that is. I didn't know. That is an RV port. So that is so you could plug this whole unit into your RV and power your RV. And obviously, depending on, you know, what kind of things you're running on in your RV is how long it will last you. But I see the advantage of that is that this is quiet, right? So if you're late at night and you want to have power in your RV, lights, you know, keep your refrigerator running, etc., this can do it without having a generator running and disturbing anybody. So a little bit more about the battery. So they're saying that this battery is good for 3,500 cycles, which is a lot. So by the time you use this 3,500 times, I would say you probably will have got your money's worth. But the other thing I want to point out again, and I know I talked about it earlier, this is heavy. It is about a little over 47 pounds or 21.5 kilograms. So it's pretty darn heavy. Let's fire it up here and take a look at the display. So I'm just going to hold this on-off button, and it comes on there. And you can see it came, I haven't charged it yet, it came with 57%, a 57% charge. And of course, we're not putting anything out at all right now. So, and we're not inputting anything. Like I said, I have not charged it yet. But let's go ahead and take a look at those ports on the side of the unit, and we can show you what they are. Okay, the ports on the side of the unit. Now, I can't remember if I mentioned it before, but this is expandable. They sell extra battery packs for this, so you can add, I believe it's another 4 or 5 battery packs to this unit, and you really could power your house for quite some time if you add all that in there. And this is how you connect those. There's a connector that goes there so that you get that pass-through power from those additional power packs. You also have a network connection right down here. And I'll be honest with you, I am not exactly sure why you would want to hook directly to your network, but that is there. And then you have an XT60 connector. And again, that is for using that cigarette lighter style charge port for charging from your car. And for the solar panel chargers, you saw that that cord we had plugs in right there as well. And you plug in your solar panels. Now this is where you plug in your AC power to charge it. And there's only one, this port, the cord will only fit on there one way, so there's no way to mess that up. You also have a ground screw right there, so If you were, I don't know, I guess in a wet environment or something like that, and you wanted to have a good ground, you could hook this to ground using that terminal right there. And then there is an overload reset button on the side here as well. So there are a lot of ways that we can test this thing, but one of the household appliances I know that uses a lot of juice is a coffee maker. So I'm going to plug my Keurig coffee maker in, and we'll see if this guy will make a cup of coffee. I am sure that it will, but I just want to demonstrate that. And then we'll plug. We'll charge up some drone batteries at the same time, and we'll really put this guy to the test. I don't have an RV, so I can't show you how that works, but I'm sure the RV guys will appreciate that they put that port there. And then I should mention, most power stations come with a light, and this is no different. We can turn that light on. That's pretty bright. So if you're out camping, that light's going to be handy. And I don't know if it has extra modes. We're going to find out. Yeah, that's even brighter, and even brighter yet, and then off. So it doesn't blink or anything. It just has 3 levels of brightness. So anyway, let me get some stuff ready here, and let's see if this guy will make a cup of coffee for us. I'm sure that it will. Okay, we're set up and ready to go here. We've got the unit on, and I'm going to fire up the coffee maker first, and we'll see how much power that draws. So we need to turn AC power on, touching this button. So AC power should be on, and I'm going to push the power button on the coffee maker. And it did light up, and it's powering on. Let's see how it should start drawing some power immediately. And honestly, I'm not seeing anything on the gauge. Yeah, there we go. Okay, it's drawing 1,400. I told you, coffee maker draws a lot. So that's 1,457 watts of power. So it's really taxing this guy. And then I hear the fan come on the power station. So while we're at it, I've got the DJI Air 3S hooked up, and the battery hub. So I've got a couple batteries in the battery hub. Then I've got a battery in the drone. Let's turn on USB while we're at it. And USB is on now. We see that, and that's going to draw even more power here. You'll see the batteries start to charge. Yeah, so the battery hub is starting to charge one of the batteries there, and then the battery. I don't know if you can see it in the video here. Let me turn the drone around so you can see it's charging the battery on the drone as well. So really, power output wise, that took us up to about 1526. So as soon as we get the blue light to make a cup of coffee, we're going to do that. I've got some Pete's coffee here, and I've got my Dre Crawford recovery drones. I've got a recovery drones cup, and yeah, we're just going to make some. We're going to make us a little cup of coffee here. Okay, so it heated up that fast, and we've got blue lights. So I'm going to put the K-cup in. We're going to drop that guy down. And I think this is a smaller cup. I don't know if it would make a large cup or not. I don't want it to overflow. I'm going to hit the small cup. And there we go. And I noticed that it dropped the power output way off. And now it's kicking it back up. And look at that. We got coffee. We got coffee, folks. Hot coffee. And notice it's still charging away. It's quick charging our drone batteries. And as I said, this thing is powerful enough. We could plug more stuff into it, and it would do just fine. But boy, that coffee smells good, I can tell you that. So yeah, lots of capability with this power station. Trust me on this. Lesser power stations, there is no way that they'll handle a coffee maker. You saw we were drawing about 1,500 watts of power just with the coffee maker, pretty close to it, 14 something. So yeah, so now it's finished making its cup of coffee, and we're down to just charging the drone batteries here. Hey, okay, so we got a nice cup of coffee. There's nothing like hot coffee made with your power station. That is good, tastes really good. I want to thank Dre at Recovery Drones for giving me this coffee cup. But yeah, so the Allwei 2400 power station. So you saw what it could do. This is just a little demonstration. It's still charging some drone batteries there, but we made a cup of coffee with a Keurig coffee maker, which is a big demand on a product like this, and it handled it no problem. In fact, I think maximum there, we used a little over 1,500 watts. This thing can do 2,400 sustained and 4,800 peak. So for instance, you see a refrigerator behind me. This could run that refrigerator, I'm sure, for 3 or 4 hours, so on a full charge. So if you have a power outage or something, that's when this guy is really going to pay for itself. Now, out camping, you're doing something like that. Again, this thing weighs 47 pounds. You're not going to carry it in your backpack or anything like that. But if you're camping in your RV or in your truck, etc., and you carry this along with you, hey, you can make coffee. You can run a fan. You can run probably all the lights you would ever need. You could run a mini refrigerator. All those things are important. And if you were out there for an extended period of time and you have enough solar panels, you can hook up. This thing will take up 500 watts of solar power for recharging. So it's a very versatile product. Now for me, where this is really going to help me is here at the house. We have a power outage or something that's going to allow me to continue to run my refrigerator or whatever else, make a cup of coffee, whatever else I need to keep going here, power my audio-visual system so I can watch TV, whatever I need when the power's out. So very handy in that regard. Now, I'm not an RVer, but if you're an RVer, you've got the RV port on the side here, and you can hook this up to your RV, and obviously that's a big advantage as well. It's quiet. It's not going to wake up all your neighbors, and you're going to still be able to power everything in your RV. So the Allwei 2400 is available on Amazon, and it's available on their own website as well. I noticed on Amazon they have one of those checkbox coupon codes. I don't know how long it'll last, but it's $100 off. It brings the net cost down to $999. Money well spent for a product that would keep you engaged and keep your power on during a power outage, and obviously what we just discussed, out camping and everything else. Again, I'm not a real technical guy. I've got friends that do these kind of reviews, and they'll tell you, the efficiency of all the batteries and all that. I don't know anything about that, but what I do know is practical uses, and I'm going to put this thing to practical use. I'm going to be able to make coffee with it out in a power outage. I'm going to be able to keep my computer running and all those sorts of things. So yeah, that's about it. This is Marcus with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Most of all, I really appreciate you taking the time to look at this video. And of course, we'll see you on the next one. Bye now.